The road from Moab stretched long and dusty beneath the wide open sky. Two women walked slowly along it, their footsteps quiet, their hearts heavy with the weight of loss. One of them was Naomi. Years earlier, Naomi had left Bethlehem with her husband, Elimelech, and their two sons. A terrible famine had struck their homeland, forcing the family to seek refuge in the land of Moab. What was meant to be a temporary escape had slowly become their new life. But time in Moab had brought Naomi unimaginable sorrow. Her husband Elimelech died, leaving her a widow in a foreign land. Her two sons, Mahlon and Chilion, later married Moabite women named Ruth and Orpah. For a time, Naomi found comfort in this new family. But tragedy struck again. Both of her sons died, leaving Naomi alone with her two daughters-in-law. The house that had once been full of laughter and life had become silent with grief. Then Naomi heard that the Lord had blessed Bethlehem again with food. The famine was over, so she decided to return home. Her daughters-in-law began the journey with her, walking the road out of Moab. But somewhere along the path, Naomi stopped and turned to them with deep concern.
"My daughters,"
she said gently,
"go back to your mother's homes. May the Lord show kindness to you, as you have shown kindness to me and to the men who have died."
Both young women wept. They did not want to leave her. But Naomi insisted again that they return to their people and find new lives. After much crying and hesitation, Orpah finally embraced Naomi and returned to Moab. But Ruth refused to leave. Naomi urged her once more.
"Look,"
she said,
"your sister-in-law is going back to her people and her gods. Go back with her."
Ruth stepped closer to Naomi, her voice steady with determination.
"Do not urge me to leave you or turn back from you," she said. "Where you go, I will go. Where you stay, I will stay. Your people will be my people, and your God will be my God. Where you die, I will die, and there I will be buried."
If you enjoy discovering powerful Bible stories like this one, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next part of the story. Seeing Ruth's unwavering devotion, Naomi said no more. So the two widows continued their journey together. Days later, the hills surrounding Bethlehem finally appeared in the distance, glowing softly under the warm sunlight. As they entered the town, the women of the village gathered in surprise. "Can this really be Naomi?" they whispered. But Naomi answered them with a voice filled with sorrow. "Do not call me Naomi," she said. "Call me Mara, because the Almighty has made my life very bitter. I went away full, but the Lord has brought me back empty." Beside her stood Ruth, the young widow from Moab who had chosen loyalty over comfort and faith over familiarity. The two women settled quietly in Bethlehem, just as the barley harvest was beginning. They had no land, no husband, and no income. They would have to depend on the kindness of others to survive. One morning, Ruth turned to Naomi and spoke gently.
"Please let me go to the fields and gather the leftover grain behind anyone in whose eyes I may find favor."
Naomi looked at her and nodded. "Go ahead, my daughter." Early the next morning, as the golden barley swayed in the morning breeze, Ruth walked out toward the fields outside Bethlehem. She did not yet know that the field she had entered belonged to a man named Boaz. And if you're enjoying this story so far, take a moment to like the video and subscribe. It really helps the channel share more powerful Bible stories like this. And that small step into the field would begin to change everything. Ruth returned quietly to her work in the field, gathering the barley that had been left behind. She had come that morning simply hoping to find food for herself and for Naomi. She did not know that the field belonged to a man named Boaz. And she certainly did not know that this simple step into a barley field might begin to change her life. But something unusual had already happened. Boaz had noticed her. He had asked about her. And instead of sending her away, he had chosen to protect her. This story is only just beginning. If you want to see what happens next between Ruth and Boaz, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next part. Was this a simple kindness? Or was something greater beginning to unfold? Could this quiet meeting in a field be the start of a remarkable love story? Comment Ruth if you want to see it. And what would happen when Ruth returned home and told Naomi whose field she had been working in? The answers were just beginning to unfold, and the story was far from over.